And hello good people of the internet, it is I, Tommy Kelly, and this is Adventures in Woo Woo. And as you can see by the quality of this video, I have succumbed to the temptation of setting up the DSLR to do these videos. Now, in my own defense, I probably knew it was coming, but also I still have it that the DSLR still records in, it's all one file. The black and white, the monochrome effect can be added in camera, so I can just literally take the file and upload it to YouTube in the same way as I was doing it on my phone, although I can upload directly from my phone. Whereas if I was using, like say, the Osmo Pocket or something like that, it splits up the file, you need to render it, you have to correct color, you have to do all of these type of things. So it's still kind of lo-fi, or it's low maintenance rather than lo-fi, but has kind of upped the quality a bit. But I'll see. I will use it for today, and maybe anytime I'm in the office, but I will of course then still have the option of using the phone when I'm out and about. But of course, knowing me, this time next week, I would have a six-people crew, where I'll have a sound man, a producer, a director, a cameraman, all of these things. Just, going from, let's do things on my phone so I can keep it simple to a big production. But of course, I won't be able to do that because we have social distancing now, which means that I'll have to do it all myself. So I'll have to be my own six-man crew. And this is the thing I want to talk today about. It's a bit more about the kind of pandemic. I know it's kind of, everyone's probably a bit sick of it in the whole thing, as I am. But it's kind of, what I found today when I got up today, it's that because I got bombarded with a bit of social media very early, of people really panicking, really putting the kind of thing on, this is, worst case scenario, everyone is going to die, we're not taking this serious enough, or whatever. And I have to remember and think that that's kind of not necessarily aimed at me in a sense, because here in Ireland we are taking it quite seriously. We have closed down most things, we have done this thing, and I suppose it's kind of aimed a bit more at other countries like the UK and the US, which seems to want to ignore it in the hope that it goes away. But it's kind of led me to have this kind of background hum of panic or fear or whatever, and it's kind of demotivated me in itself. And what I've noticed is I've become into a kind of avoidance of things that are personally meaningful to me, but and instead looking for kind of looking for drama in one sense, looking at anything, but also looking for avoidance and things to kind of preoccupy me or whatever, rather than actually just getting on with my life. Gordon White of Rune Soup has been writing a number of blog posts and emails and newsletters and stuff recently, all about the kind of the coronavirus and the kind of, he has his own ideas around what it's about, what's going on, all of these things. But he always ends us with a kind of, just live your lives, don't give in to this, keep your coherence together and all that. And I certainly can do that because I'm in a situation where I have my own kind of quarantine space, my office that I built, so I can continue doing the things I am doing. And like that, of course, that's a lot harder to do if you aren't in my situation, which most people aren't. If you can work from home, great. But if you were working in a bar or restaurant or something that's, now going to be closed or is closed, then you can continue your life in the same way. But it's still, I think you can still do the things, or the aim should be to keep your coherence as much as possible. Still keep your plans, even though the future is uncertain. It's kind of anything, it's what we should realize is the future was always uncertain. There was never a point where the future was guaranteed, where, that next week you would still have, a job, or you would still have the job in the same way you have, your life would be in the same way. We just kind of have this vague notion that there's a kind of continuous process that will continue, forever, and that it's, things don't upset that kind of dreamlike thing that we have about the future. That isn't reality, because it is always in flux, and things are always different, and we can't predict things in that kind of way. And it's really been forcing us to see this, that the future is uncertain. Whereas we kind of only knew that in a kind of I suppose, in a kind of theoretical kind of thing, but we lived in that the future was guaranteed. So I think even now that we've realized that the future is not a guarantee, we can still kind of progress into the future with a bit of hope and a bit of fearlessness and stuff. And what I found is that I've kind of worked back on a few of my projects that I wanted to do, or particularly my comic, whatever, and because there's this kind of background thing of, well, I don't know, is there going to be a world to release this in? Is there going to be, should I be putting my effort into something else rather than the things that I want to do? And I think what I found is that that's a bad way to be. I think you should continue doing the things as much as you can that you would do normally if you were under the illusion that your future was secure and going to be as it always was. So do your comics, do your art, you know, to do your courses or do your learning or whatever it is you can in certain different ways. Like, keep doing your yoga, keep doing your meditating, you know, do your podcast, do all of these things. Maybe augment them and change them to be, you know, more fitting to the times we are currently in. But don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your hopes because of an uncertain future. Because we never had a certain future. And we seem to be okay with that up until, you know, it's really, you know, someone upset the apple cart and, you know, it's going, right, we have to have a look at this. And I think ultimately this period could be great for us as you know, as human beings, as a society, as a global village, all of these things. I think we can learn an awful lot from it. We're probably only going to learn an awful lot from it if we look for the positive, if we look for the things that we can take from this, learn the lessons and all of this kind of stuff, you know, rather than just give in to the panic, into the fear, into the kind of uncertainty. Kind of embrace the uncertainty with, this is a time of chaos. As magicians, if you're a magician, I assume you are if you're watching this, you know, this is the perfect time. This is chaos. This is when Eris is here. This is when, you know, the magic has come across the land. It's upset everything. Everything is in flux. Everything's up there. Now, let's let things land in the way that we want them. Let's shape that. So I'm going to continue doing my stuff as much as possible. And I implore you that you do it too. Don't give up on your future just because the future has, you know, become very uncertain and very kind of weird and unknown. And we don't know what it is. We could all have died tomorrow anyway. You know, we could all get hit by a bus, as they say, and all of those things. So don't give up on your hopes. Don't give up on your dreams. Continue as much as possible to pursue the things that you want to pursue, and let the future be damned. Let the future look after itself. Learn our lessons and move on. So, till next time, be well.